Here we go, we're on a field trip, DTW Field Trip. Here's Mike and Kathy. And Marilyn's smiling real big.
Yeah, she's a beautiful
All right, we're out here at the hot well. And for you guys that don't know this, you know I had 2 Bigfoot encounters. And there's Mike and Kathy. And over there where the little toilet is, restroom, all the way from that mound all the way over there, there was a great big ditch. And Gary, my son, and I were in here. This was just a well cellar then. It was this board 6 by 6 by 6 foot deep. And there's this out here right now. But anyway, we were in here and I heard something rustling over there. About over there, there's a big ditch with a bunch of 55-gallon barrels, and a 55-gallon barrel went through the air all the way from there and landed way over there. And Gary said, "It's here again. Dad, let's get out of here." We jumped up out of here and took off in the truck, and we're gone and nothing flat. We didn't wait to put our clothes on or anything. That's Coyote Pass over there. There's a blue heron over in that way, and this is the ponds. Mike, come over here with me, and let's look at these ponds and the goldfish. There's big koi fish in here, big fish. Anyway, that water's 105 degrees there, running about 200, 300 gallons a minute. We built this for a park for us, and then they started putting it in newspapers and the internet and all over. This is the first day that we have not had any visitors out here because of all the flash floods. And the fish are, they even fish for goldfish for some reason. Anyway, I don't know whether you can see them all running down there. There's hundreds of them. Oh, that one over there. Right over there. Here are the ponds out here. There's a blue heron over there. Those rascals come and eat our fish. Probably eating a lot of these goldfish here. I used to come out here in the middle of winter, 25, 30 below zero, and take a bath. There's ice all around here and snow 2 feet deep. These are little mud hens.
Is this BLM land?
I don't know. Oh, here's the big fish. Hurry, Mike.
There's good water to drink, right?
Here's the big koi fish. If the cotton-picking blue heron doesn't get them, look at them. See them? There's some real big ones in here. Big koi fish.
Oh, yeah.
Aren't they pretty?
They're orange.
Yeah. The big koi fish. That when Dakota was a baby, over here, I'd take her out there and put her water wings on, and those koi fish would be all around her, just all over her. Just all around her, just like she was clothed with them.
Is that cattle over there?
What?
Cattle?
Oh, they run cattle? No, that's horses there. Those are wild horses.
Oh, well,
Maybe. Wait a minute. Some of them are horses, some of them are cattle. They must have moved cattle down here. Most of the time, that's horses. Let's say all of that is a great big meadow out there. Just gigantic pasture for miles.
And it was back there. Like
and all the way from Lower Magnet to here, it's like this. And when I was in that great big flood out there, there's horses and cows out there. Anyway, these mud hens, I feed them sometimes.
Wish I would have bought a lighter shoe. I did.
Anyway, there were hundreds of those big koi fish. Look at here, look what somebody's done here. This is the problem, right here.
Oh, what?
This is our problem.
Oh,
See this?
yeah.
This is our problem. People come in here and fish for these things. For no reason, they're not good to eat. But they're pretty.
Why won't
Yeah, they are pretty.
Huh?
the herons look for stuff?
Well, the herrings will kill them also and just throw them on the side.
Why won't they?
They just do that.
Just for fun, I guess, like some people.
Hear the bullfrogs? You know who brought the bullfrogs to Fish Lake Valley?
Chinese.
Me. Me and the crawdads. There ought to be crawdads out here. Crawdads will make good fish food. There's one over there. See him swimming, a big one?
Chinese brought opium over here.
Huh?
Chinese brought opium over here.
The Chinese were up here building railroads and doing mining. They didn't have much rights. They had more rights than Indians did, but not much. Anyway, sometimes they'll have 20 or 30 big things, airplanes out here, everything. They'll fly airplanes in here. Tie them down. I get this.
See how close we can get to that down helicopter up there.
You're not going to get there. They'll come out there with a M16 and say, leave. Area 51 is right over that way. You don't go there either. You get to see some of those experimental aircraft, though, flying around. We had all kinds of little barbecue pits all along here, and they've torn them up. It's pretty clean and pretty straightened up right now.
Okay, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't look like this at all. All right, pretty girl. Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
You want to say hi to Donald Grewar
Yeah, hello, Donald Rewire.
and all the rest of you out there?
Nice compliment on the president. Thank you.
All right, there we are for now.
You're my friend, you know that.
Your own candid camera. We're up above Cave Springs looking for, and Mike's tempting the jumping cactus. There's Kathy in there. There's Marilyn over there.
Yeah, she is.
We're looking up here in the mountains. Usually there are bighorn sheep back even in the crevices back up in there. They'll be laying down underneath those trees. This is all bighorn sheep habitat. It looks like the Grand Canyon in here. Isn't it pretty country?
Oh yeah, it is. Beautiful. You like this up here?
Huh?
You like this up here?
Back in these canyons, there are a lot of deer and bighorn sheep and antelope. And deer. Mule deer.
That's what that predominantly is here. Mule
What?
Deer. Mule deer, not anything else.
That's mule deer, yeah. Down in the valley here, we're about 5,000 to 6,000 feet, but these mountains are 12,000. So this is over a mile deep. These canyons are. I was hoping we'd see the sheep moving. This road only goes up to there. That's as far as it goes.
You know, but they
There's other roads that go back in here, but that one goes there and it quits.
yeah.
You didn't have any trouble getting up here with your truck, did you?
No, this isn't the cave road.
This is the cave road.
Where's it at?
This is it.
Where's the cave?
Just right down there. We passed it. Yeah. I wanted to bring you up here since I didn't see any sheep down there. I figured they might be up here.
I like stuff.
And we've seen sheep all the way down at different times.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll go down and look at the cave now.
What's that light colored thing right there?
I don't know.
Like a horse or a rock or...
It's a rock or something. That up there is the old surveillance refrigerator.
Yeah, I saw that.
Do you see all of those different things with those posters sticking up? That's all core drillings for lithium, the largest lithium deposit in the world here. And it would have to be right in the middle of the bighorn sheep habitat. You can hear them up here hitting their heads together. Boom. And they echo all over it. Boom. They're monsters. You saw that one on the video, how big its horns were. They're gigantic. All right, let's go down there.
Yeah.
Yep, we'll go down there.
You know, my little green light isn't on four-wheel drive, but I think it's on four-wheel drive, though.
Well, was your back wheel spinning?
No.
Okay. All right. Okay, we're going to go down and look at the cave.
Okay.
Here we are coming down the road. This road is real steep. Almost straight up in times. We climbed up here about 3,000 feet in a half a mile or mile.
Hurry up there, Bill.
And look up there. I'm driving this thing and taking this camera at the same time. And it probably doesn't look steep at all on the camera, but it is. This is very vertical right here. In the camera, it doesn't look like it. It looks like you're on flat ground almost. Looking at all this country here. Hopefully we could see some of those bighorn sheep laying underneath the trees and back in those crevices. But they weren't there today, at least not at this point. Some of you have seen this on other videos. I don't think I ever videotaped this going down this road though. All the jumping cactus. The reason why they call that dangerous jumping cactus, is as I said, if you rode a horse within 5 or 10 feet of that, it'd jump out there and get in the horse's legs. It always got in the horse's legs because there were usually pieces of it 5 and 10 feet away from there, and if the horse picked it up on his hoof, it flinged it into another part of his body, up in his belly, and then the horse would start bucking, and you'd have a rodeo. I know the camera's bouncing around a little. And I know you'll enjoy this. People always enjoy these road trips, DTW road trips. Go right down here to old Cave Springs cabin. I'll get Marilyn right over here. Looking up these mountains, usually there's bighorn sheep all over that. We're gonna go look at this. All right, you ready to see something wild?
Yeah.
Okay, come this way. I took you to the wildest countries.
How far? Is it right around here?
This, I'll go Mendine. You come with me now, and I'll show you.
Oh, just a minute.
Okay, get your camera, whatever you want.
I gotta get it.
Whatever you want. I've got you on video. Hoping to catch a bighorn sheep in on these hills here someplace. I'm gonna set the camera down just for a moment because I got a stone in my shoe. And we're gonna climb up here. All right. Let us go. Let's go right up here. I'm going to take you up here to where the spring is so you can see the spring. And we're going to go look at the... This is the old cowboy line shack. It used to have a jumping cactus right in the roof of that thing. I got a picture of that. They've tried to redo it all because of the hantavirus from the Bush exploration in Four Corners. Marathon Oil Company spread hantavirus all over the country when they uncovered and spread the virus. My friend was the head of that exploration, and he ended up dying from it. 38 men out of 50 died within about 3 weeks, and then it spread all over. And you probably never hear that source anyplace else but here, because I know of it firsthand. Here we go. If you want to take a shower, you can take a shower there.
I don't want to take a shower.
Okay, there's an outdoor shower. You got one down there, didn't you, in that good water? At the house? Did you take a shower in that good water?
I don't know.
The sheep. This is the hill where you saw the little chuckers, Mike. Going right up here to Cave Spring, or Cave, the spring for Cave Springs.
It looks like it's trying to. Have to be careful of these rocks.
Yeah, be careful. You're walking right on top of that cistern there. And we're almost here. And there's a camera here. Somebody put a camera here. Now, this is where the bighorn sheep come to drink.
Oh, really?
Yep. You can see their foot tracks all over. And mushrooms. All kinds of trail camera there. Oh, somebody left this open. I don't know why. That's a spring in there. Comes down, and that's a the cistern tank over there, and then there's a water trough down there also. Anyway, here's where the spring comes from, right here. And you can see the hoof prints of the bighorn sheep and the droppings. See the droppings all over?
Yeah.
Okay. Here it is, Mike. I don't know why they left this open. Probably should close it. You want to see
Your
it?
hands on
Where's the
it.
one with the big spring?
This is it.
I mean with the big,
I'm showing you. We're on the way.
okay, what they say.
Okay, we're on the way. That's next. All right. Anyway, there's a spring, and I don't know why they left this open. I'm going to close it. Some animal might get in there.
You should have carried you should have worn your tennis shoes, I guess. Come on back down.
Let me, you're being videotaped off the game camera. See that?
Go back down, Kathy.
Okay, well you go.
I want you to go first.
All right, here we go.
Get over to your left.
I was just waiting for you.
I can hardly breathe up here. My heart beating.
Well, that's good that it's beaten, huh?
Mike, do you see all the bighorn sheep droppings?
Yeah.
Watch these rocks, they'll roll with you.
Oh, I know.
I should have brought the other shoes. Tear them up, but they got traction.
Moccasins have the best traction, or shoes like I've got, which are not much more than moccasins. Here you go. Boy, I've seen sheep all over that thing in this mountain just moving alive with chucker. There have been bighorn sheep climbing up that vertical wall there. You can see their trails. Mike, if you can hear me, you can see the trails of the sheep up there on the vertical walls. You'll see where they cross back and forth, little switchbacks. There's a real old bottle cap there. That was made out of steel. Rusty. Tin cans and things.
Are we just staying four-wheel low here?
We're here.
Okay.
I just need you to walk and follow me.
Then I got to put it back in four high.
Oh, that's all right, yeah.
Somehow when we leave.
Okay.
Hang on to your flashlight.
Now, come over this way and follow me. Your local friendly Indian guide. Say hi to everybody, Marilyn.
Hi.
Are you all right?
Yes. Honey, was there any more water in the spring?
Yes, a little more water in the spring. Okay, now, Just follow me. Are you following? The water troughs. These water troughs with leveled floats on them and everything else, but nothing's working this year. Spring's a little bit dry. That's an outdoor shower.
Yeah.
At one time here, where you're going to see now, over 20, 30, 40 feet deep was nothing but solid ashes, bones, and arrow points and chips for 6,000 years of it. 6,000 years.
I'll go in there and take a picture a little bit.
That look familiar from the videos?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. A long time ago, there were arrowheads sticking in those cracks, or arrow points. They would practice shooting, the young people shooting in those cracks with their bows, arrows. Now, there is the sign. You're on federal lands. This is a fragile and irreplaceable archaeological resource. Any person who, without a permit, injures, destroys, excavates, appropriates, or removes any historic or prehistoric ruin, artifact, or object of antiquity, the Native American remains, Native American cultural item, or archaeological resource that public lands of the United States is subject to arrest and penalty of law. So, this is an ancient archaeological site. 6,000 years of verified occupation. And the black in there, at one time when I was young, all the way out to here, there was like 1 inch thick of black smoke and soot on the walls. Now it's just on the inside. I had a lot to do with the signing of these archaeological sites. I petitioned for that for a long time.
All to do with it.
Huh?
You had all to do with it.
I was the one. That 6-page newspaper article was all about this kind of stuff.
Does this one hook in with anything?
Oh, no. They don't go back very far. That one up there is a bat cave. But all time at one time, you'll see a lot of caves here that have smoke in them. This, when I was young, was very thick in smoke. It was like this thick in smoke on the inside, that thick, at least an inch thick. Now, from the rain and the winds and stuff, it's kind of washed away over time, over the last 75 years of my life. All right, now if you want to go up there and look at it.
Just a second, I'll go up there and take pictures.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go get Marilyn. I'm going to go to the truck and get her and bring her down here. All right. What do you think about that?
I think it's cool.
Okay, there you are. In Cave Springs. 6,000 years of habitation and growing. There's a big pack rat nest up there, I see.
There's my little flashlight by your foot, Captain.
All right. Going up is all right, coming down is a little harder. That's an ancient smoke in there. Ancient smoke. They say that the Indians used to shoot their arrows in the top for the young people to practice and shoot in the cracks.
Can't see him anymore.
Look back down to Maryland. All right. Feel like you're walking on holy ground when you walk into a place like this. Now, if you look on the walls, you'll see pictographs. Do you see the red paint?
Where?
You see that?
No.
No?
No. I'm looking at black chart.
Okay. There's a face right there.
What?
I'm videotaping a face right there with pictograph.
That,
And look for red. Look for red. Underneath that, there's a lot of smoke over the old red pictographs. There's one right here that stands out. You can see where they've shot rifles in here and busted out the walls. There's one right there, isn't there?
What?
There is
Somebody
a...
put their name there. Come on. Hey, there's a whole pistol in here.
Well, anyway, there you are. Now you've been here. I gotta show you this. It's so beautiful. That's about 7,000 or 8,000 feet above here. Those weren't the only caves here, as you know.
That's a good one, but it's a crack. But
Yeah.
what caused those holes? People
Probably people.
dug it in there,
Yeah. They leave stuff in there. It's where they left their
but they dig
baskets.
it out with
Yeah.
rocks.
Yeah. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
Like looking up out of the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
And all of this is where that lithium mine is going to be. Ancient artifacts and bighorn sheep habitat. We may have to turn around and go back. I don't want to be in the flash flood. I've been in them. Have you been in a flash flood?
No, but
Uh-huh.
it was raining when we were at the other day, wasn't it?
Yeah, but see, this road's been washed out already. They had to come up here and grade the road. It washed out 2 or 3 times.
Is there petroglyphs up here?
No.
Somewhere else?
Well, yeah, they're petroglyph, but I don't know where all of them are.
Is there any other big panels like that one rock you showed us?
Got to show you these big rim rocks and canyons back in here. We'll go up here. Thousands of feet taller than we are. I'm gonna just leave this camera on for a while. See some of this. FedEx truck just came by. Should have taken a picture of that. These big rocks fell off these hills. Look at that, Marilyn.
I see it.
I'm getting some of this for the first time on video. I need to put a pedestal on the front of this dash like I did on the boat. Beautiful big canyons up there. There's another cave back up in there. See that one? That one had smoke in it.
Way back there.
Yeah.
I see it.
Trying to hold this camera as steady as possible. We're on a pretty bumpy road. I wanted you to be able to see some of these big, beautiful hills here. Thousands of feet tall. He's been up here. That FedEx man has been up here to the mines, I imagine, maybe over Silver Peak. Come up to a big plateau up here. The mountains where the trees end up there is 12,000 feet is the tree line. So you know that that's over 12,000 feet up there because there are no trees. Been washed out. Where you see the trees end is 12,000 feet. We're at 358 feet here. That's a lithium mine over there also. U.S. Borax had a lease on this up here for a long time. And I'm videotaping you. looking down in there. You can drive all the way down to Silver Peak there, but the canyons are really deep. I could probably come up, but my vertigo probably wouldn't let me drive down it.
Yeah.
My head would be spinning. All that from since I had that first stroke.
Feels good out here.
Over there's mud pots and things. Silver Peak is over that way. And you go out there and see steam coming up out of the ground, and sometimes those things are thousands of feet deep, and mud will come out of there. And then you can go all the way down that road there to Beatty and Las Vegas and everything. The dirt road. I want to get down out of here before a flash flood hits. They have to grade this thing almost every day. There's a spring down there. A lot of bighorn sheep are there. You can, when you're coming up and down through here, the sheep will be running over the roads and whatever. There's a lot of sheep up here.
That'd be good.
Sometime
The
even
only
yourself.
art here is when you bring people up to show the sheep.
Huh?
Only when you bring people to see the sheep that they're taking a day off sometimes.
Yes.
That's the way it is with everything.
All right. Anyway, there that is.
What?
I'm going to tell you a little bit about this and these people for the DTW update. This is the oldest graveyard here besides the Indian graveyards. And this graveyard right down here was a stockman and a freighter by the name of Asa Wilds. And Asa Wilds, hope this thing's working. Yeah, it's working. Asa Wilds would run freight line all the way from Lida and over there Beatty and come this way and take freight all over. And it was with mules and with oxen and stuff. Anyway, he had a poker game over there in Lida, and he won all the money because he was a good gambler. Anyway, these guys were about three-quarter outlaw, and they followed him over here, and there was 5 of them or 6, and they had a shootout with him, and he killed every one of them, except that he was wounded and he died of his wounds. And his wife, which was Nez Perce Indian, she married a guy up there above us. When we have Davis Canyon, she married Davis after he died. Out there where your cars parked was an old wagon wheel, a Studebaker wagon hub. Right here at my house.
Okay.
That was from Asa Wilds. Over there, there's a couple of wagon tongues. They were from Asa Wilds wagons. And also I have this is the Cord Ranch here. That's the Cord Ranch. This was all the lake here at one time. That was all lake. Anyway, Cord, the guy that built the Cord, the Duesenberg and Auburn automobiles, that was his place. And I worked there in 1960 and 61 as his horseman. Now these are all old stone corrals that they had back then. But this is where he was. This is where he lived. I'm going to take you over to Fish Lake, where Fish Lake was. I don't think Fish Lake can ever be restored because of what Jim Boyce did. A man had no conscience at all. Anyway, here's the old graveyard here. 95% of the people here don't know this story at all today. Asa E. Wilds, October the 23rd, 1830, Pittsburgh, Missouri, and he died in February the 16th, 1870. That's a long time ago. This is one of the men he killed. He killed all of those men back there. And he killed this man. And I think there were 2 in here that he killed. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 men, I guess is what he killed.
Who built this?
I don't know.
When? How many years after?
18, well, around 1870.
They really were that concerned back.
They were concerned about graves. His wife wanted his grave protected from wolves and lions and bear. There were a lot of grizzlies in here back then. And up there is the other cemetery, and there's part of the old cemetery, and many of the people in there I know. And I'm going to walk this way. We're going toward the now modern Fish Lake Cemetery, kind of, sort of. They have this little thing here to keep the cattle out of here and the wild horses. There was a burial of one of the Indian people here, and there is a beautiful lizard sitting on top of that stone. There was two of them. Look like there have been several burials here lately. Let's see, these are... I don't know which one of the Indians here. I'm sure it was a Patterson that died. Amelia Lyda Patterson Frank. That one there is just a, she was just buried the other day, I think. I don't know who it was. They don't have any headstones on a bunch of these. I couldn't read that one. What does it say, Mike?
1967.
Oh. Edmund Dorland Mason, Jr.
It's sprinkling.
Now Hank's over here someplace. Hollis. I told you about the Indian that almost shot me. That's him right there. He did it by accident, of course. Marjorie Patterson, so that was Margie. This is Hollis McDermott, 1970 to 1998. He was only 28 years old. Marjorie Patterson. Margie. Let's see. Zeth. Hank was killed, and Zeth was, they were burned in 1992, the year Dakota was born. He was about 3 or 4 years old. They were burned up in a fire. And this is Hank Patterson right here. 1900 to 1992, but that's guessing. Because he was back, he went way back into the 1800s. This was one of my best friends right there. Margaret Patterson. 1906 to 1987. That was his wife. This is Wilford. This Wilford Patterson here, and I built the first backstop in Fish Lake Valley. We built the first. We had a professional baseball player was our teacher, and Willie, and my dad and I built the backstop and the baseball diamond and the picnic tables there. That was Wilfie. Wilford. Anyway, I went to school with him. There was a man there that like my father to me. Billy Eddie. See, I told you about these, Mike, about the Apache tears. See how they're covering the graves with them? James Harry Scott. Anyway, I've known most of them. There's Lida Bell Cord. She was a postmaster when I came here. Lida Bell Cord Wright. And then her husband, William Wright. And then her son. Herschel Hanson's buried back there something, and Genevieve, his wife. She was Cherokee Indian.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
What?
SpongeBob SquarePants and other toys for the little kid.
Yeah, I don't know what. That might have been a baby. That could have been Dora's baby. That might be Dora's baby there. I don't know whether these are staked out or... Anyway, this is...
I have no idea. Gripper King USA.
Rick Mason. Jacqueline Mason. Anyway, this is... these might be Pattersons here. These are like my family.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Josephine Patterson. Stanley Patterson. Myers. Dorothy Patterson. That's Dorothy. This is one my dad was married to. Dorothy. That was my dad's wife.
Was she your mother?
Huh?
Was she your mother?
She was I guess you might call her my stepmother. The Hank always looked upon me as his son. That was his, Hank was her father. Yeah, it's got an outhouse.
Go ahead.
Gerald Hank Williams. Dorothy Patterson. That was Dorothy. Yeah, that was, that's when did she die? This might have been long ago. $1939. 1999. That's the same time my dad died.
One wall fell down already and the other one's blowing out, ready to fall.
Some of these are pretty old graves. These are old graves here.
That's a three-seater outhouse. Yeah. Have you ever seen a three-seater?
Yeah, these are really old. I don't know who. I don't remember who these are. I should know, but I forgot. See, they did in the early days, they did these around them all the time.
That one caved out, and I could think, how could that happen? That wall.
Uh-huh.
And then look at this one. The inside is fine on, well, barely,
Yeah,
but the outside's caving out.
it's earthquakes. We had some pretty bad earthquakes. Yeah, I don't know who. I don't remember who these were.
They didn't put anything on it.
Well,
What's out
they,
back?
I could probably figure it out.
What's up there? Newer stuff. Newer stuff. There's new stuff here too.
Oh, this is old.
Some of it.
Yeah, this is old.
How about back there?
Most of the older ones are here. There are some of the founders back there, the Wrights. The Wrights homesteaded here. I knew all of them. Jeannie Wright's the only one left alive out of all of them. I went to school with her. Well, so that's